Hello friends and welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome to Everyday Mom Life. My name is Shauna. I'm a busy full-time working mom who is just trying to get it all done and keep up with all of the messes and get everything cleaned up and taken care of. In today's video, we are going to be diving right into some cleaning and organizing, kind of some of the more random spots or not so obvious spots in our house. One of the places I'm hoping to tackle is our main floor bathroom, the under sink area that things just get tossed in there and never really looked at again for a while. We're going to try to do that and clean up that area. We're going to organize and declutter in the primary bathroom that my husband and I share. And then there's a few other little pocket areas in our house that always get overlooked. I'm hoping to help organize my husband's armoire and his clothes that are getting out of control in there. So just all these small areas, but that are really bugging me because I know they need some attention. So we're gonna try to organize and declutter some of those areas. So if you are new here and you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe down below so we can be cleaning buddies. You can put this up on the TV or on your phone, put in your earbuds and get all of your cleaning done along with me. But we've got lots of cleaning and organizing we've got to get to today, so let's hop right into it. So we are starting off at the main floor bathroom, and this is a look underneath the sink and inside the cabinet at all of the stuff we've kind of stashed under here. There is literally a little bit of everything from makeup to medicines and hair dryers and straighteners and lotions and just all kinds of things. Shaving cream, I think, was even in there that my kids used to play with that they don't really play with anymore. So this area just really needs decluttered. We tend to just toss stuff under here. There's baskets to attempt to organize it, but look at this basket. Does it look organized? No, not at all. It's a big open basket and we just toss stuff in it. So I'm going to try to go through these baskets, get the stuff thrown out that we just don't need anymore or that probably should have been thrown out in the first place, and just try to get these baskets more organized. I don't necessarily have plans to get any new organizers other than these baskets for under here, but we will see. I'm going to try to declutter this, see if I can use the baskets I already have to keep this area cleaner and neater, but if not, we may have to explore options for some better organizers for under the sink. But we're going to give these baskets a try first and see with that and a little bit of effort if we can keep this under sink area a little more organized. This bathroom is the trickiest of all to keep organized because at least 3 out of the 4 of us are using this bathroom in the mornings to get ready. Not because we don't have other bathrooms, it's just out of pure convenience. This is somehow what everybody ends up using. So because of that, we've got hair supplies for all 4 of us. We've got toothpaste for the kids, toothpaste for us. All the different things are stored here, and it's just kind of a lot of stuff for a little space. So like I said, going to do the best we can, declutter what we can, and see if we can work on some better organization for under this sink. This basket that I'm going through right here had leftover sunscreen and medicines and lotions and all kinds of things. And I'm checking the dates on so many of these, and so many of them had expired. Some of the stuff I didn't even know had expiration dates, but a lot of this stuff had expired because it'd been sitting there for so long. So a lot of that gets tossed out, and that helps really make some space and allow this basket to be better organized.
As I'm walking to your place, I'm shaking. I am picturing the words in my mind. I cannot stand losing you. No, I will fight.
So as you can see, I've gotten out the trash bag so I can finally start to declutter and throw away some of these items that we are no longer keeping. And then one of the things I do here in a second is I actually take a smaller basket and stick it inside the bigger basket to help kind of divide it into smaller sections. That way some of the stuff going in the basket can be a little bit more organized. So on one half of the basket, I have like our Band-Aids and our like ointments for cuts and all of those kinds of things, peroxide, like all of that kind of stuff is on one half of the basket. And then on the other half of the basket, we had a ton of these leftover like toothbrushes and floss and travel size toothpaste that we get every single time we go to the dentist. And for whatever reason, we decide to save it because we do use those for travel. But we had so many of those that had just piled up. So I kind of organized those into little bags and then placed those bags into the basket. So now here is a look at underneath the sink here. So as you can see, everything has got a spot. It's either in a basket or in a little zipped up bag. So here's the before and then there's an after, so you can see the progress that we made. It always feels so good to see that before and after and to actually have a basket that has extra room in it. I'm sure we will find plenty of things to put in this basket, but I'm really hoping we can keep this looking nice and organized under here. While I'm in here, I'm going to go ahead and wipe off these countertops. There's always little extra stray hairs from me or my daughter with our longer hair. And then of course, toothpaste splatter is always on this sink somewhere. So we're going to wipe this area down and then we're going to get to organizing some of like my daily makeup that I use. So this is my makeup that I use daily and on a regular basis. It's everything from like my concealer and highlighter and bronzer and my mascara and those kinds of things. So I did buy this little drawer organizer for my makeup so that I can put it in there every day when I'm done with it. Before it was just kind of being scattered on the countertop here, or I had a little makeup bag that I would use to put it in, but it was never making it all the way back into the makeup bag and underneath the sink where it was cleaned up and put away. So I'm gonna try this out. I've got the different drawers to organize my different makeup items, and then I can hopefully keep everything a little more organized and cleaned up. So here are my brushes. This is a lot of my eye makeup and mascara, my concealers and lotions, and then this is like my bronzers and highlighters. So I'm really hoping this will help me stay more organized. Now it is on to the drawers in this bathroom because once again, we've got 3 or 4 hairbrushes, different hair gels, all the different things for all of us that are getting ready in this bathroom. So I'm going to clean out this drawer. There's another drawer on the other side that needs cleaned out as well. We're just going to organize these items, and I've got some smaller little containers that I'm going to use again to place inside the drawer to hopefully keep everything more organized. If everything has a spot and a little home that it's supposed to go in, hopefully it'll actually go back to that spot instead of staying sprawled out on the countertops here. And here's a look at some of the little plastic containers that I got that I'm going to be using to organize these drawers in the bathrooms. So there's a bunch of different sizes. There's some small ones, there's some medium-sized ones, and there are some bigger sizes. So the first thing I'm going to do here is get all of these little teeny tiny hair ties that are my daughter's for her hair. I'm going to get those put into one of these small containers, and then she's also got a couple other sets of hair ties that need to be put in containers as well. So I'm going to get those done and slide those farther back into the drawer, and then that'll create a little bit of space here for the hairbrushes, or at least that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping these hairbrushes will end up right back in these same spots in the drawer, and that all of the hair ties will end up back in their little containers. Here is a look at the other drawer, again, looking very much like the other one, and you've got everything just kind of tossed in here. Hair clips, hair ties, nail clippers, little like ointments and things like that. So just a little bit of everything. We're gonna clear this out and start organizing everything into containers and get it put back into this drawer. I will say a lot of these like antibiotic ointments and things like that and other little medicines, I move underneath the sink with all of the other kind of Band-Aids and first aid care is. And so those won't be coming back in the drawer. And I'm going to try to focus this on just being some of our like nail clippers and toothpaste and things like that. But any of the hair care items, I'm going to try to keep those in the other drawer or find somewhere else for those to go, because I really don't want the hair care stuff to be in the same drawer as the toothpaste, because we definitely had where the toothpaste was getting either on like the little hair ties or on the headbands or the brushes and things like that. So that is definitely not something we want to continue to happen. Okay, now I'm going to finish cleaning up this area. We've got it now nice and organized, and the final thing we're going to do is sweep the floors here. You can see all kinds of little pieces of trash from where I decluttered everything are on the floor, little pieces of toilet paper, all those kinds of things. So we're just going to do a quick sweep to kind of get a final clean of this bathroom. The next place we're going to work on decluttering and organizing is my husband's armoire. This is where he keeps a lot of his clothes. We honestly have a pretty small closet. We share the space, but we also got this armoire for our primary bedroom to help give even more storage of our clothes. So most of his clothes are in here, and the stuff hanging up is fairly organized and is stuff he's gone through, but the stuff on the shelves, his sweaters, sweatshirts, pants, all of that is stuff that he's been holding on to for years, and it's just kind of piling up. And so he took some time to go through it already, or at least a lot of it. So I'm getting all of that put into a bag, and the stuff that is left over, I'm just getting folded and making sure it is put on the shelves in an organized way. This side is much worse than the other side. That one was already a little more organized, at least. This side is where everything was kind of spilling out. So I'm going to kind of go through these, decide what's going to stay, and then organize everything a little bit better. There were sweatshirts, there were long sleeve shirts, sweatpants, pajama pants, all of those kinds of things were all mixed together. So I'm going to separate them out and fold them and put them in piles and get them put away. As I was folding and trying to put away some of his clothes, I realized these long sleeve shirts and some of his like lightweight zip ups, it didn't really make sense for them to go in with the sweatshirts and the sweatpants. And those areas and shelves here were already kind of full. So I'm actually going to set those aside and hopefully make room for those back on the other side of the armoire where some of his other long sleeves are. And it just seems like it'll make more sense for them to go over there. And I think there's a little bit more space over there as well. So now I'm going through his sweatpants and some of these pajama pants and setting aside some of the ones that I'm pretty sure he's going to want to get rid of. I will definitely double check with him before I get rid of them. But I know for the most part what he wears and what he doesn't. So I'm just setting stuff aside that I think he will want to get rid of. And once again, the other stuff's just getting folded and put back in an organized way. So this pile right here is some of the sweatshirts and sweatpants that he did agree to get rid of. So we're just going to get those in the donate pile. And then we're going to try to get these long sleeve shirts put away in here. Like I said, there was much more room on this side, so it made more sense that they just go in nice and neatly right there. And here's a look at the shelves that are much more tidy and neat looking. And now my husband can hopefully find his clothes when he's looking for them. So this was one of those areas that was like a small area that we knew we wanted to declutter. We didn't declutter a lot, but we obviously got one bag full of clothes to donate. So it just helps. This whole area looks so much nicer and things are not spilling out of here. So it definitely feels good to have this area a little more tidy. And again, here's a look at our pile of clothes that we are going to be donating. And now it's on to our next spot, which is the primary bathroom. All right, you guys, here is a look at our primary bathroom countertop. And if you have been around here, it's been a little while, but I've said how I needed to find better storage and organization for our bathroom, especially for the countertops. We've been using this basket here, which clearly is not doing its job. Nothing's ever making its way back in there. So we are gonna work on that. I got this organizer from Amazon that we're going to use for like all our everyday items. So like the toothbrush, lotions, hand soap, the things that we're using constantly every day is going to go in there. And then any of the other items, rather than staying up here in this basket, are going to go in this drawer system. Now I've already started filling some of it, but I just found this at TJ Maxx that I'm going to use for like some of these items and any of our lotions that we maybe use but don't use every single day. So we're going to work on getting some of this put in here. We're going to get this organized with our daily items, and then I have this little drawer over here that also needs organized with some of those little clear containers as well. So we are going to get to organizing this bathroom. Also, real quick here, I got this new little jewelry holder for like my earrings and my rings, some of my other small jewelry. The item I was using before was just like an open container, and it kind of started to look messy. So I got this new cute little one with the initial S for my name. So I'm just going to transfer these earrings and rings from the old jar to the new one. So here is a look at how this organizer turned out. We've got our hand soap, our daily cleansers and lotions, shaving cream for my husband, and then our toothbrushes. And now, like I said, those other lotions and things like that are just gonna go in these drawers.
I don't think we got enough time to sort out all the fights.
And while I was down here, our toilet paper needed restocked. So I'm just kind of organizing the toilet paper and getting it put in the basket here.
Sort out all the lies, oh baby, yeah.
So here is what the bathroom looks like now after it has been decluttered and organized. So I'm very happy with the organizer I got for the items and my little jewelry container here. It helps make our countertop areas look so much cleaner and nicer. And now it is on to this drawer with all of my hair supplies and other items that I use for like self-care at night when I'm washing my face, doing like my nightly lotions and stuff. I tend to do all of that up in this bathroom, where all my morning stuff is down in the other bathroom. And you can see all my hair ties here. So I'm just organizing all of this stuff into little containers, and then again, gonna get it put back in this drawer.
And I thought, it's time I'm letting you go. This time I know it for sure. Just thought I should let you know, yeah. No more, no. I got so high on a low. That's when I loved you the most. Now I thought I should let you know, yeah. No more, no. I really thought we had it covered. Was gonna patch up all the scars, but we smashed.
Here is the final look of this drawer. I've got all of my little face creams and things like that in this container. And then I've got my hair ties back here and some of my hair clips at the very back here. So much more organized than before. And to finish off this bathroom, I'm just gonna do a wipe down and clean of the countertops. Now that they're all nice and cleaned off from the clutter, just gonna wipe it down and get everything sparkling and clean.
River goes, baby, going down, 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 down. Yeah.
So here are some shots of the before and after of all the areas we've organized and decluttered today. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next one.